right, so things. Oh my god, I forgot I can't swear for the first like 7 seconds or so. But you know, it seems that shit is really heating up with regards to Sonic Frontiers, right? And you know what we're talking about, right? The Sonic Frontiers DLC. Well, it's not really DLC, it's like an update. I mean, it's a roadmap. Where's the image, right? The update roadmap. We had 3 versions of the updates. Update 1 came out, I think it was March, I believe. Update 2 just dropped, and I streamed that on the channel just recently. And Update 3 was the biggie, right? The notorious one. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy playable. And we want to see what the fuck was going on with that. But it turns out, after Update 2 dropped, they left files in the game that revealed a ton of shit regarding Update 3, including ways in which Tails, Knuckles, and Amy will play. So it's big shit we gotta talk about. On top of that, there are story leaks too, because of course everything's left in the game files, right? And we'll cover those at the end of the video because some people care about being spoiled. If you care about that shit, end of the video, we'll talk about the spoilers, okay? But if you just want to see like the gameplay shit, we're gonna go through that first. I haven't actually looked at everything yet because, you know, I wanted to just react on camera. So we're gonna get through all this right now. But if you subscribe to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe, okay? And also, the non-Sonic channel link in the description is fire. Please check that out too. So we got the tweet thread here. It says here, let's zoom this one in. Tails, Amy, and Knuckles are fully implemented in the game. Their player packs at least. They have their animations and everything ready for Update 3. So you can see all the files here. You got Amy, you got Tails, Spanner, Loop, what yada yada yada. KNP, what does KNP stand for? Knuckles something? I don't know what the NP stand for, but that's Knuckles. KN for Knuckles, P for punching, I don't know. Anyway, it says here, Tails appears to have a cyber blaster of some kind in his file. Some kind of gun related mechanic, like some shooting thing, I don't know. Amy has a Pico hammer, and Knuckles has a drill form, probably it's SA2/06 drill attack. Amy has tarot cards, she uses them to attack. That sounds interesting. I don't really fully know what tarot cards do, but, you know, for attacks, that sounds interesting. So, this is Knuckles' drill model, and Tails' Psy Blaster. So, Tails is probably going to shoot up the enemies in combat, and Knuckles going to drill them or some shit like that. Thank God it's not a fucking Wisp. Daddy Zook, thank you for stepping this one out. Thank you for not inserting the Wisp into this shit. We didn't need that, okay? A Wispless game is a good game. Well, not every Wispless game is a good game, but you know what I mean. We even got Tails' running animation. We got video here. They extracted the whole shit. This is how Tails is gonna move in the shit. A bit slow for running animation, but I'm not a video game developer. I don't know the full shit. And then we got Tails' idle animation with the Side Blaster. So that's like the Side Blaster right next to it. And Tails are just idly standing there, doing what he does, you know what I mean? Okay, we got Tails' flying animation, okay. Yeah, And he's got like a little bouncy little animation to go with that. And we got Tails' tired flying animation, naturally. He flies for a bit, gets tired, runs out. I wonder if they'll have a gauge for his flight, like how Sonic has the boost gauge. I'm assuming Tails won't be able to boost. Wouldn't he be too OP if he could boost, if, you know, like the same way as Sonic? I don't know. Anyway, Amy tarot card and ooh, look at that. So she just swipes the card at the enemy. That's kind of slick though. Like, I mean, I think she's got a hammer thing as well, but this is kind of slick though. Like, you just swipe a card at someone and they just like get whacked. And we got the hammer animation as well. So I think the hammer's like stuck there, so it's not fully finished yet. But yeah, that's a good animation. It's very smooth. Like, you know, I like that. Amy's running animation. So the running animations are slow for some reason. I don't know why it's like that, but I'm assuming it's just like some work in progress shit. But yeah, it seems like a decent animation. We got the homie Knuckles idle animation. Yeah, he's looking G'd up. He's like, yeah, he's squatting. He's like, yeah, gym ready. Skipping leg day. Alright, that's a good animation. Okay, cool. What else we got? We got Knuckles climbing up, slightly over exaggerated due to the animation import having an issue. I'm not gonna lie, the exaggerated animation still looks good. Like, he looks very aggressive climbing up. Kind of reminds me of, like, remember that Sonic X episode where Sonic and Knuckles fought? And there was that one scene where Knuckles was, like, climbing up the shit so aggressively, trying to get Sonic. He's like, I think he was, like, breaking the trees or some shit like that. I remember, I forgot. I just scrolled down by mistake. All right, next one. Knuckles Psy Knuckle animation. So, oh, that's his ground pound. I thought when it says Psy Knuckle, I thought it was like a Knuckles Psy loop, and they called it a Psy Knuckle, but it's a ground pound. Well, maybe that is his Psy loop. Maybe instead of Psy looping around like Sonic, he just smash the ground and everything within a certain radius just gets destroyed. That could be crazy though. Like that could be insane. What else we got? The gliding animation. Is it playing? Is it not moving? Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much what you'd expect for gliding animation. Okay, so that video glitched out a bit at the start. We got Knuckles combo stitched together because they're 3 separate animations. Yeah, Knuckles combat gonna be fire, like, because Knuckles is actually a combat focused character. So like, seeing Knuckles like, phew, like, I don't know how they're gonna do update 3. Are they gonna get like, is it gonna be like separate missions and campaigns for them, like designed specifically for them, or is it gonna be a case of just beat the game as them, like on some Sonic 3 and Knuckles type shit, where it's for the most part the same levels, but we'll change some cutscenes up, you know, to where it's like Knuckles is the center of the cutscenes now, we're saving Sonic or some shit like that, but it's the same islands, right? On the one hand, it'll be nice to get specifically designed areas for them, but then it'll probably be way less content than if you could just play as them in the main game. So, I don't know. Both options kind of have their pros and cons. You know, would Knuckles be able to work through the whole game with Sonic? Or with Sonic's original level design? I don't know. But, yeah. And then, yeah, Twitter is mad because Twitter's always mad, but who cares? Anyway, there's story leaks as well, but Twitter is afraid to show them because we don't want to spoil the experience. I don't give a fuck. It's a story for a Sonic game, okay? So, someone's made a video on it. Didn't show the source of the actual leaks, so I don't actually have access to the actual leaks. So I used AI to summarize the video. Yes, you can do that with AI. Yes, if you want to do that on my videos, you can as well. But it will cost you money. So, you know, I use this AI summary website. Basically, every video has a transcript, right? See that transcript there? It basically gives you the transcript of the whole video. AI just goes through the transcript, summarizes the shit for you. So we've got the basic summary here, and then there's a bigger summary which has some more details. So again, if you don't want to see shit, now's the time to cover your eyes like it's a PG movie. Anyway, I'm going to read the transcript AI summarization and we'll discuss, right? It says, they obtained the full script for the story update and provides a spoiler warning. The update will involve Sonic's cyber corruption, exploring Oranos Island, and obtaining components for keys that unlock towers that provide trials based on the pilots of Titans. So the Titans are piloted by someone. I don't remember most of the lore for Frontier. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So if I get some lore shit wrong, that's why. There are hints of possible boss fights against the pilots themselves or harder versions of the Titans. We're here for that. We're here for that. Sonic takes on the role of the world's guardian and ultimately must forge a new power to defeat the end. A new power? Like a new form? The creator emphasized the importance of giving the viewers a choice to opt out. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Spoiler warning. Alright, let's get into the bigger summary. Okay. Left over in the game files. Spoiler warning. Reads over the script. Discusses thought. Okay. Sonic's conversation with the unknown character about reversing his friend's efforts and restoring them to seek out the Chaos Emerald. The YouTuber theorizes that the scene takes place right after I'm guessing Rhea Island, and the update will revamp Oranos Island and include Sonic's cyber corruption. So we're gonna get Cyber Sonic? Cyber Sonic gonna actually be a form in the game and not just a cutscene? It says here, leaked story details revealing that the villain, the End, will play a more active and antagonistic role in the game. Ooh. The protagonist, Amy, seeks help from the Coco and their tarot cards to obtain information about the lost Chaos Emeralds. The gameplay for Sonic involves exploring Oranos Island and obtaining components for keys that unlock towers, which will provide trials based on the pilots of the Titan. So we're gonna get like some Titan trials, okay? Are they like boss trials or platforming trials? Additionally, the script hints at possible boss fights against the pilots of the Titans. As the trials progress, the ancient pilots begin to respect the player character, giving them blessings to use in the fight against the corruption. Blessings like what? New moves, new abilities? That's interesting. In this section of the leaked story, there are hints of potential boss fights against the pilots themselves or even harder versions of the Titans. The pilot of Night on Chaos Island was revealed to be the one who designed the Titans in the first place. Okay, adding an interesting layer to the story. Sonic also takes on the role of the world's guardian. Proving himself, he is the world's god. He's our Lord and Savior after all, so that makes sense. Proving himself to be the ultimate life runner. Ultimate life runner. The team works together to find a way to destroy the End, which is now in the sky, potentially ruling out a supreme fight. Ruling out a supreme fight, so we don't fight Supreme. It seems they will be going to another being to forge the energy inside themselves into a new power. So Supreme could be gone? Fighting Master King. Okay. Sonic is being tempered into a new weapon by him. It seems that Master King was the leader of the Coco and is more powerful than both the Elder Coco and the Hermit Coco. Sonic is warned that the new power he's been given is fragile and not meant for him. I'm guessing it's the Cyber Sonic shit. But he is eager to use it to defeat the enemy. The story also reveals that Amy is now facing the same cyber corruption that Sonic has been suffering from. And Knuckles is also battling constructs in cyberspace. Hacking minigames are also back in this section. You talking about the shooting shit that we did? Because we don't really need that for the end though. Intentions are the option to opt out of hearing. Okay, the option to hear. Okay. We see the introduction of Cyber Sonic, yep, and Eggman's return from cyberspace. We also witness Sonic potentially unleashing his full power to defeat the End, who has been using the Asians' technology against them. And while it seems Sage may not meet the same fate as the original storyline, so Sage survives this time, it remains to be seen how the Guardians will ultimately play a role in the battle against the End. Despite the spoilers, be considerate, yada yada yada, be considerate, blah 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 blah. Anyway, what do I think about this? It's a bit spotty. It's not the exact script because people are being hush-hush about it. But at the end of the day, New Trial sounds interesting. Cyber Sonic as a potential form sounds interesting. But I still want to know how they're going to implement Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. We've seen the animation videos. We've seen all that shit. But I do want to know how they're going to implement the gameplay. Because, like, again, it could be like Sonic 3 and Knuckles where it's like, do the whole campaign as Amy and she's got different abilities. Do the whole campaign as Knuckles and we just tweak a few cutscenes. But it could also be like Spider-Man PS4. Those of you who played a game like that, you kind of play as, you know, Spider-Man for a bit, then you play as Peter Parker for a bit, then you play as Spider-Man again, then you play as Miles Morales, but this, in Spider-Man PS4, he didn't have his powers yet. So you play as human Miles and some stealth shit, maybe even MJ, then you go back to Spider-Man. It's like that back and forth. Are they going to do it like that where you get to a point in the story and it's like, Tails would be like, leave it to me, and then he'll fly somewhere, do some flight-based platforming challenge, and then it'll go back to Sonic, and then you do something with Amy or something like that. Like, I guess 06 would be an example of that. Or is it literally going to just be like each version is their own little story and just do the whole game again kind of thing? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to see more. I really hope they fix the final boss because the End was trash, and I hope they sort that out. Get rid of that fake-ass space impact shit and just make something a lot more fun. And this Cyber Sonic form sounds like it could be that. I want to see what kind of abilities Cyber Sonic would get. And I think Cyber Sonic is a good way to handle the power creep issue that they talk about with Hyper Sonic. Because with Hyper Sonic, it's like he's stronger than Super Sonic. So it's like that now we have to do Hyper Sonic in every game. But Cyber Sonic is a specific form for this game. So even if you did a different form in the next game, it's not exactly a higher form than Cyber Sonic. It's just a different super form. It's like a variation of a super form as opposed to just each game higher form and then it becomes Dragon Ball, right? So I'm glad they're doing something with that. I can't wait to see what happens in Update 3. I hope we get it. I'm guessing we'll get it around November or something like that. But they can't do it October, right? Superstars is apparently leaked to be released on October 17th, but it could be a placeholder date, which means Superstar is going to come out. And then, like, how many days later Super Mario Wonder is going to come out on the same day as Spider-Man 2? They got to leave the Frontiers DLC for November. You can't be doing too much in October. It's already stacked. Okay, relax. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. The Frontier shit is peak right now, okay? Again, you can check my live stream to see me play Update 2. It was surprisingly really fun, the new Spin Dash. I'm calling it more of a spin boost, the mechanics of it. But the spin boost is fun, right? But they were never going to put a proper Spin Dash in there. It just would have made no sense to have an SA1 Spin Dash in Frontiers. Given how fast the game is, it would have been pointless to have it. So them using a more of a spin boost makes sense. Let me know what you guys think about Update 2 so far. Are you looking forward to Update 3? And if you're struggling on getting the S ranks, there's pretty easy cheese in Kronos Island. I covered it in my live stream. someone probably mentioned in the comment section. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.